Good evening. Dr. Gamini Vikramasinghe, Chairman of the Informatics Group of Companies. Dr. Harsha Subhasinghe, Founder CEO of Kojan. Professor Nirmali and Laura from Robert Gordon University, Scotland. Members of the board, members of staff, parents, spouses of the graduates, my dear students. On behalf of the management team of IIT, I would like to welcome you to the graduation ceremony of Robert Gordon University 2022. Congratulations. I'm sure, indeed, a happy day, one of the most memorable days of your life. Years of hard work, hard labor, the final result. And we are gathered here to celebrate your success. So well done. And I'm sure there'll be many people who supported you to achieve this success along the way. Your spouses, your parents, relatives, friends, so many people. I'm sure you will share this success with them today. And your achievement probably will make it special due to the circumstances that you had to achieve them. Especially 2 years of a pandemic, followed by another economic turmoil. You prevailed, and you still managed to get to your goal. That makes it even more memorable. And it makes it more worthier because you have shown your resilience, which will be key, which will be helpful more than your degree itself, the world that you're going to walk into. So I think you should be proud of achieving this under the circumstances that you've been put to. And when you graduate from IIT, you will not walk into the industry only with a graduate certificate or the knowledge. You also take the character and the citizen that we build in you, which make all difference in the office or the company that you are going to work in. So I hope that you will live up to that and share the success and the good news of being part of IIT alumni. And finally, I want to make a small request. So you have shown your resilience, your aptitude, your academic excellence in achieving this. With that, it also gives you more an additional responsibility of what your role in the society at large. And I welcome you to think beyond the job or the company that you are given and to think about the sustainability of our society, our country, and the world in general. So we do a lot of things at IIT to make it a sustainable place for all of us. And now we are equipped with all the competency that you need to contribute to that. So remember that it's not only the academic or career success that we're aiming for, but how we can make it a win, a success for everybody around us. So I have no doubt you will carry the torch from here and show what that IIT graduate is about. Congratulations and well done. Next, we have a message from the principal of Robert Gordon University, Scotland, Professor Steve Oliver, which we will listen to now.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to this graduation ceremony for the Informatics Institute of Technology, Colombo. This is your day, your achievements, your pride. So be proud of yourself, and we're proud of you and your determination and all the hard work that you've put in to get here today. Well done indeed. But also, please think about thanking those who support you, who have supported you throughout this, whether those are friends, parents, lecturers, anyone at all. You may already have done so, but you might want to do so again. So I'd urge you to think about that and think about the contribution they've made, and then in turn, the contribution you can make to others. We have a strong partnership between RGU and IIT, and we hope that it thrives and it grows, and also that our partnership with you as individuals thrives and grows. So please stay in touch with Robert Gordon University. Thank you.
Professor Nirmali will confer the degrees. Master of Science, MSc in Big Data Analytics, D.N. Amaradasa. A.L.M. Amarathunga. W.G. R.M.M.S. Amanugama. H.K.H.S. Athapattu. W. Athulat Mudali. K.A.T. Chaturani. J.C. Daniel. E.M.I.J. Ekanayaka. S.S. Epa. E.S.S. Fernando. W.S.S. Fernando. N.M.G.D.P. Fernando. M.A.N.M. Gunawardana. H.M.E.B.D. Herath. T.R. Hettiarachchi. J.M.S.D. Jayavira. D.V.D. Kalapuge. GV Kasturiyarachchi. DGSS Kumara. HN Kumarasinghe. UMRCM Kumari. PS Lekamge. KL Mahalyanarachi. TA Patabandi. KDN Piris. KWE Pereira. DKC Vikramasinghe. WLBS Vikramasinghe. MANM Gunavardhana. MDN Pereira. WAN Pereira. SN Pereira. N Prasad. BGK Rajitha. RMWTP Ratnayaka. NP Rodrigo. PSM Rodrigo. UI Senanayaka. S Sivaraj. FA Tasim. WPN Tilanka. DMR Udu Gahap Putuwa. MTC Vitana Gamage. DKC Vikramasinghe. WLBS Vikramasinghe. SM Vitanage. Postgraduate Diploma in Big Data Analytics. YM CSP Abiyakon IDCS Dissanayaka, WD Hettige, IIAUI H Kurura, NVS Lakmal, JN Madhumali, WAKS Pereira, HM NP Ranasinghe, M Sagilendra, PP Vijayasekara. Postgraduate Certificate in Big Data Analytics. In absentia, A. Satish, RM DZ Sirivardhana, IHGM Subasingha, and KKK Udayanga. Thank you, and we will move on to the Masters in Business Analytics.
The following students are awarded the Master of Science MSc in Business Analytics. SD Abesingha, JB Adhikari, US Amarasekara, K. Amuwathage Don, A. Aryasena, N.T. Batagalla, S. Bavitran, N. A. Caldera, U. D. Silva, S. H. Dharmavardhana, Y. S. Dissanayaka, K. I. Erangi, T. M. Eratna, C. Gunasegaram, L. L. Gunasekara, H. P. Gunawardhana, D.S. Hemanta, B.U. Herath, M.F. Ismail, K.E. Jayan, K.G. Jarath, A.S. Jayasumana, L.F. Julius, D. Kanagaratnam, P.R. Kannangara, L.A. Karunaratna, T.J. Kotalavala, V.D. Kumaratunga, L. Laduahetti, D.T. Lakmali, J.M. Lee, L.M. Rivera, G.J. Madhusankar, D.A. Martel, P.T. Matisha, T. Madhivannan, T.Y. Midigaspege, F.L. Muthukumarasamy, R. Nedumaran, M.S. Nista, S. Parameswaran, T.N.M. Piris, C.C. Pereira, K.M. Pereira, P.M. Pereira, A.S. Pereira, R.A. Pereira, D.S. Prasad, P. Puviraj, S.G. Rajapaksa, T. Rajetaran, P. R. Ranatunga, K. T. Ratnayaka, M. P. Ruparatna, M. S. Sali, R. I. Samarakon, A. C. Seniviratna, R. D. Silva, J. Sivaloganathan, S. Soundaraj, K. Sri Ranganathan, H. S. Suranjaya, U. S. Tenakon, S. P. Udavatta, S. P. Vitanagama, H. G. Veerasekara, M. H. Valihinda, N. S. Vikramaratna, P. S. Vikramaratna, T. M. Vijayasinghe, P. K. Yasinta, Postgraduate Diploma in Business Analytics, R. Balasubramaniam, D. M. Dias, K. D. Dilhara, S. R. Fernando, S. T. Gamage, T. S. Jayasuriya, T. A. Karyavasam, T. N. Madhava, C. M. Nandadeva, S. M. Nisanka, D.M. Ratnayaka, A.A. Sali, E.H. Senadira, Postgraduate Certificate in Business Analytics, A.R. Appuhami, D. Jayalat, B.A. Kumudika, N.R. Pirish, M.A. Rabo, H.A. Veerasinghe. Thank you.
Dr. Harsha Subasinghe is the founder, president, and chief executive officer of Code Gen Group of companies based in Sri Lanka, the UK, and in the USA. The company is renowned for delivering innovative, fully scalable, high-performance solutions for multiple industries, including travel, education, automobile, transportation, agriculture, retail, energy, and healthcare. With world-renowned brands such as Travelbox, Vega, ChargeNet, AI Grow, Cloud Smart School. Cogen is also one of the largest private sector investors in artificial intelligence in Sri Lanka. Harsha has proudly put Sri Lanka on the world map many times with Cogen's cutting-edge product designs and solutions. He also plays a vital role in energizing the innovation culture in Sri Lanka, working with the universities, and is a key sponsor for many high-value R&D projects in state universities under Qubits Labs initiative. His sole objective is to shape the future generation to be industry ready while facilitating real-world projects that generate high-value IP. Qubits Lab in the University of Moratuwa, Peradeniya, and Jayawardenepura provides PhDs for students in AI and high-performance innovation fields. Harsha is one of the key initiators and the vice chairman of Trace Expert City. Trace spearheaded a long-term project with the Sri Lanka UDA to build world-class workspaces equipped with eco-friendly surroundings and facilities for the highly skilled workforce in the innovation sector. Harsha's academic studies include PhD research in artificial intelligence and software agents, master's in information technology, and bachelor's degree in electrical and electronics computer engineering from the UK. Dr. Harsha?
Right, okay. So, good evening, everyone. And I think this is the fastest graduation ceremony I have been to. So I probably have a little bit more time. So thank you so much for inviting me. And also, let me congratulate all the graduates today. And it's your big achievement as probably the second degree that you got. And that'll be more meaningful degree as well, so which I've looked at the big data and the studies that you do. So congratulate you and wish you all the best for the future. I will go through why I was thinking that why I was invited to this prestige ceremony. And I mean, to be honest, I don't wear suits or ties or anything like that. So if you take a photographs and publish it, then I get shot by everybody, because I normally don't go, but this is a prestige institute, so I just have to make sure that I comply with your standards. So thank you. So me also have a degree and master's and PhD, and my first question was like, why it was me? There are so many people who has degrees and so many people has masters. So many people has PhDs. Why me, right? So I think I'm going to answer those why me, thinking that these must be the reasons that I must have been invited to your graduation ceremony. I'm trying to put a little video of what we do, and unfortunately you don't have the sounds because probably it doesn't have that much of sounds there. Right, so I thought maybe the engineering excellence that we have achieved in Sri Lanka. So all these things that I've showed you just now in the video, those are not fairy stories. These are truly built in Sri Lanka. So every part, every electronics, every software, every firmware, every mechanical device that has been built in Sri Lanka. And maybe that's the very reason. And just maybe there's something else. Maybe I started a company as soon as I graduated in UK, when I had the master's. So I started on my own, and then I was developing software solutions. So basically I developed the first booking engine where you can book a flight online, 22 years ago. So I wrote the code, and I was the first in the world to write it. And then a lot of people never knew that you can do that kind of thing at that time. So I was the sales guy, I was the marketing guy, I was the software engineer, I was the QA guy, I was the support guy, I was everything. So that is where I started this particular journey. So then I came to Sri Lanka and I needed some support. The people realized that if you can build something like that, why don't you build a very big solution? So I said, okay, let me build that particular solution. So I got a lot of demand from people to build amazing solutions. What I did was I thought about the way that the travel works and rebuild the whole solution so nobody has ever seen it before. And then I needed some support, and I came to Sri Lanka, and I tried to get some support. So I had 3 people join in a very, very small corner like this. Barely you can put a table inside, and barely surviving with the air conditioner. And so only person, I didn't have the money, so my mother bought me 3 computers, and she's the only investor in this company. So from there onwards, and she's the only one who doesn't have the shares either. So, so we started with 3 people, and then one person left, who are very well educated guy left. They're thinking that we are a very small company, is going to have an abrupt end, and that particular person left, and the other 2 stayed. So from there onwards, they were very committed to the company. They were working very, very hard, and then I had to teach a lot of people how to do things and all that. And since then, we grew to become 20, 30, 50, 100, 200, 300, and today we probably have about 750 to 800 engineers working for us in Sri Lanka. So we also have offices in the UK and US, Middle East, and also in India. So it's a story that I want to tell you, that from nothing to become multi-billion-dollar companies. And then we cater for one of the largest companies in the world. So most of our clients are multi-billion-dollar companies. So I can't reveal those names, but I just want to inspire you if something like this can be done by a person like me, and you also have ability of doing all that. The next is once we make comfortable, and when we start making all that particular products and selling all around the world, and we are the leading solution supplier on the travel industry. And today, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, I was a kind of an environmentalist. So I really wanted to see that this damage is going to happen to this world. So I want to contribute my own way how to save this particular planet. So that was the journey, that if you guys go outside right now, you will see the smog on top of you. And that's a lot of carbon that has been come from India, produced by most of the vehicles. And then if you had this one for few more days or month or so, more people have more illnesses, and a lot of people can die. So my journey is to make this thing, and to make sure eliminating all this carbon and trying to save this particular planet. So as you rightly know, if you go to UK or Europe, recently the Thames River has dried up about 50%, and most of the rivers in Europe has been dried up, and China, the main river, has dried up as well. And that's about 30, 40, 50%, if you can go there and read. And California is running out of water right now. And if you go to Australia, you could read about the Australia water crisis, and they're also running out of water. And then one side, the ice is melting and the sea is rising, and you've got a lot of floods, and you've got a lot of droughts, and we have actually destroyed the planet. So now what we need to find is solutions that where we can live for the foreseeable future for the next 100 years or so. So in that particular journey, we thought that we will build electric, and we go in to build electric cars. And then I moved into to Sri Lanka. And then, rather than me buying a Lamborghini or Ferrari or something, I thought, let me invest that one to build our own car. So that is where I all started building supercars. One of the things that we want to show is that, building a supercar is not an easy job. Building a supercar consists of so many things, because you are running on about 700 volts, 600 amps, and a lot of power behind the vehicle. And you need to accelerate, deaccelerate in 3.1 seconds, this particular car. And the production car will accelerate in about 2.4 seconds, which is 1.4 megawatts running inside the car. So when you have 1.4 megawatts running inside a car, it's a lot of precision engineering that you need to get it done. All the electronics, the components, the controllers, the carbon fiber, every single part of it is done in Sri Lanka by the Sri Lankan engineers. So like graduates like yourself, when you come out, probably you don't know this particular subject, but you fast learn how to do things, and we got these things done. And then we've been known by most of the people around the world right now, including Elon Musk, and also a guy called Cristiano Koenigsegg, the best hypercar in the world. So the owner of that. They also know that, my God, these guys in Sri Lanka can build supercars. So we actually make records out of that. So this is a good thing. We put ourselves in the Sri Lanka in the world map right now. And then we move on to this and see that how we can help the rest of the other people. So we started developing tuk-tuks because most of the time that we have about 1 million tuk-tuks around Sri Lanka. So why don't you make it to become electric? So we make this first ever electric tuk-tuk. And that's actually have doors and it has air conditioning inside. And you can use it as a cargo space. And then you can use it as a passenger. So it's a pretty cool tuk-tuk we'll be releasing next month so that anybody can buy from next month onwards. So that will do about 200 kilometers per charge. With the solar, it will do about 226 kilometers per charge. And then we have the charging network. So we need to have chargers to charge those vehicles. You can have the vehicles, but if you don't have the chargers, you can't charge them. So we created this charging network about 6 years ago, and we are the leading charging network around Sri Lanka, and we are exporting now to India. And one of the things that we are exporting to India, the technology from Sri Lanka, so which is a very good achievement for us, to Georgia and the Kenya and most of the African countries. So most of the people now can go from here to Kandy, here to Mathura, here to Gol, wherever in the country. If you go there and see most of the charging stations, we have about 800 chargers around the country. And we thought that let's go there and address the other thing, like small scooters. You know, we can run on small scooters, and we start making electric scooters. And and then we said, all these things are there, that where are you going to power this one? So we started having renewable power solutions. So we have solar solutions, wind solutions, and we build our own inverters, we build our own batteries and storages. All these things have been developed by ourselves in Sri Lanka. So that way that we can charge directly from solar into the vehicles. So that way that we are not needing any of this fossil fuel burn in order to get power, in order to power your vehicles. So as a country, we need to look at those things, because if you can do the transportation very easily and effectively, and that way our transportation problem is over. So at the moment, you don't have to be in queues. If you have a very small car, which is about 10 kilowatt car, where you can go A to B, that's about 200 kilometers, 250 kilometers. You can go to Gol and come back, Mathura and come back. You can charge in the middle. And that way that we don't have to do the Tesla works, because the Tesla consumes about 100 kilowatt, and that's a lot of energy, a lot of batteries that has been required. But whereas in a small vehicle, you don't have to do that. So that's the reason that we need to address this small vehicle problem, so that anybody can transport in the near future without having the oil, and when you have the oil shortages, we don't have to worry about it, because we will have solutions to go A to B. Similarly, if you go there and look at, we have about 4-5 million, so about 3 to 4 million bicycles. And so if you go there and make all these bicycles to become electric, so that we will save about 5 million liters fuel per day. That's a hell of a lot of fuel. If you go there and multiply by 5 million, because each liter of fuel produces 2.85 kilograms of carbon dioxide. So if you have 5 million liters being saved every day, we will save at least about 12.8 million kilograms of carbon dioxide. So that's one of the main things that we've been aiming. So if we do that one, majority of the Sri Lankans can travel. So I don't believe that we need huge cars to go A to B, because that's actually take up a lot of time and a lot of space, whereas we can go in a very, very small vehicles. So then again, lastly, one of the things that we've been developing is actually called the drones. So we've been developing drone platforms for such a long time. And it's self-driving drones, so where you can go A to B from a drone. So you get into the drone, and you tell where you want to fly, and it will take you up there. So we developed that particular platform. Like, it needs a lot of analytics, a lot of data, a lot of algorithms that has been written in there, just to make sure that the drones can fly by itself. So that's the kind of research work we've done, collaborated with Peradeniya University. So now we are building the first manned drone, so where I can jump into the drone, and I can tell where to go, and the drone will take me to Kandy. So advantage of that is, like, it only needs about 80 kilowatts of power. So that means you multiply by 40 rupees, that costs you about 3,200 rupees to go to Kandy, and come back 6,400 rupees. As opposed to helicopter will cost you about 300,000 rupees. So that's a lot of money saving, and everybody can afford to fly in the future if you had these drone platforms. So if you have a solar at home, you can charge the drone using solar, and then you can go A to B free of charge. So that way that you can have defined drone parts where it goes from A to B, and then you have something called shoots, like you can auto shoots that as soon as you press the button, it shoots up. If you have an accident, if you have some kind of a disaster, and then parachutes will put you down. So unlike the big planes, in the drones, you are pretty much 100% safe to ride on those kind of drones. So we want to become the market leader on those three areas. So the tuk-tuk market is one of the biggest market in the world. So that's about $30 billion market. And if you take about 15% of that particular market, that's about $5 billion. And you take 30% of profit, which will make you about $1.5 billion profit each year. So that way that we can, we think that we run out of money, we don't have money, we don't have foreign exchange and all that. When you have all these opportunities that we can make money, one of these particular drones today costed about $400,000. We can do the same drone for about $50,000, right? So why you buy a car when you can buy a drone, right? So those are the ambitious targets that we have. And again, that we do the retrofit, so that this is my car, which I drive every day, except today, and because I didn't know where to park in here. So this is one of the very, very fast minis, and which have an acceleration of about 4.5 seconds or so. And this is all converted, and this is only a car that runs in Sri Lanka that has been converted by the Sri Lankan engineers, right? So every single device, every single part is manufactured in Sri Lanka. So even the Vega, every single part, every single thing is manufactured, designed, every single thing in Sri Lanka. So every single thing I show you here today is every single thing is designed and manufactured in Sri Lanka by the Sri Lankan engineers like you guys. Then again, we went to agriculture, and we thought that we want to change the entire agriculture systems, and we design greenhouses. In there, we design greenhouse technologies. So one of the problem in the world right now is like energy security, transport security, and food security. So we want to involve in the food security side, and we decide we'll do hydroponics and aeroponics. And we grow all these things inside. You can see how lush those the greens are. And it's like picture perfect salad leaves and let it live. And then we have big farms right now where we manufacture these and put into supermarket and also export them. And we also get anybody else who needs the technologies, and we will provide those technologies to them. So for that, the main part we do is that the artificial intelligence side. So we have devices that we have designed and manufactured in Sri Lanka. So you call the fertigators, the sensors, and easy pH sensors and water sensors, and all that kind of sensors are designed and developed and manufactured by ourselves. And these are already sold in the market right now. And so you can tell the farm in Kandy, I can control from here using my phone. So I can say that I actually put tomatoes today, and I know exactly when the tomatoes is going to come out, and you know how much tomatoes is going to come out as well. And the computers will take over, and it will do the watering, it will do the fertilizer mixing, it will do every single thing. So if you go there and look at why it is AI, because when you look at a plant, most of the people, they love plants, If you look at a plant, the perfect condition for the plants varies, because you need to change the potassium, phosphorus, calcium, all these different individual elements. So there are certain ingredients when we give it to the plants, certain recipes are the one actually producing you much better yields. In order to find out what is the best condition for those kind of plants, manually, it takes years and years and years. So today we use computers, and computers feed this particular thing depending on the algorithms that we run, called the optimization algorithms in AI. And those optimization algorithms will do the plant optimization. So that actually manage all the greenhouses, and in the future, the computers will know how to feed those And hopefully that we can have huge breakthrough on the battery area and also the hydrogen area as well. So these are a lot of things I just showed you because time is running out, the few things that we do, but we do a lot more than that. I can talk to you a lot about the AI researchers that we run, and today we have some of your lecturers turn up and a dean of faculty turn up to see our place, and they must have witnessed it, and they must have got a little scared of me driving the Mini around the thing. So those things are not, the dreams. So those things are not, just the presentations. These things, if you come to Maradana, you can really experience, and you can see all these things are happening and working. So we go head to head with the rest of the world, and we are kind of a leading solution provider in so many technologies homegrown technologies that has been done in Sri Lanka. So lastly, one of the most important things that you need to think is that, sometimes it's very hard to do things in Sri Lanka, right? So when you do hard things, then you become great. When you do easy things, you don't become great, because easy things anybody can do. Hard things are the hardest, and then they become great people. So in order to become somebody like that, every single day, what I wake up and why I wake up in the morning, I wake up in the morning because of the passion I have. Every single thing I do, I have huge amount of passion. I always tell the people, if you want to do something, you have to be passionate. If you are not passionate, don't do it at all, because it's going to be so boring. And I've seen in my life, one person with passion is better than, normally say it's a 40 merely interested. Because passionate people will drive that whole thing. And if you are not passionate, and you are not going to drive anything. Without the passion, you don't have the energy. Without energy, you don't have nothing. So normally the number one is to create one of your passions. So you have the education now, you have the degrees now you create your own passion. So this is something that I've seen lack of a lot of people. So in order to do this one, you need to change your thoughts. I always say to the people that mindset change is the only thing that we need to have. So now you become graduates. Now you if I ask you what is your next step, is it to become, to do a PhD, or your parents are here, they probably say now, no, my God, that's enough, and you get married now. And then once you get married, and then they will shout and say that, no, now you are married, where is your children? And then you have kids. Once you have kids and say that, oh, no, this is not the country to live, let's go somewhere else. Let's go to Australia. So your parents are also pushing you to go to Australia. My God, you go to Australia, and because they want to tell you that my daughter is in Australia, my son-in-law is in Australia, my father is in there, and then I can also go, right? This is a normal story I hear every single day. If you marry a doctor, you definitely been gone, right? And then if you marry a software guy or electronics guy or something, they also been gone. So if you look at the context and amount of cost that they incur the country, one graduate will cost the country about $5 million. So basically, if you look at the value of that particular person who's going to bring something back to this country, is about $5 million. So average, we lose about 5,000 people, graduates, every year. So you multiply 5 by 5, it's about $25 billion, right? So we are huge amounts of, we are a country of people that we donate $25 billion every single year. Even though our total debt is $45 billion, and we donate $25 billion, and mostly to Australia, and to Canada, and to Europe, but we get about $2-3 million back. Guys, take 25 billion and we give you $2-3 million back. We get your brains, we build some of the amazing stuff, and we sell it to you. Now this is exactly what's happening. We get the brains like you go abroad, they will use you to build something, and we had to buy it from them, and then they will give you $2 million back, and they get 25 billion back. That is exactly what's happened in this world, right? So for me, I want to change that. I want to retain all of you guys in this country, because you can do quite a lot into this country, and you can save this economy very easily. So for that, one of the questions that I always ask is that, Yesterday I've been asked a question like, how do you keep these people going? One of the things I always say is like, if you do understand the value of this country, then you will think twice. But if you always think about the negative of this particular country, then you will always incline to go somewhere else. If you look at the environmental catastrophe that we are going to face very soon, right? So because we are running out of water, most of the places are running out of water, and because of that, California is drying out, and you can't do the agriculture, you don't have no food, you don't have no water. When it all happens, where is the most safest place to live? Because we have about 80 different streams of water around this country. We have oils and the rivers and all that together. So 80 different things. If you go there and see the map, you can see so many different waters around this particular country, and they are fresh. If you go to Australia, there's only 3 water sources. If one water source dies, that's the end of the whole states. But we are pretty secure. If one water source dies, we still have about 79. If 2 dies, we have about 75. There's the most livable country that if you, how can we die without food? Because if you all grow on your birthday a jack tree and a coconut tree and a mango tree, and 3 years later, we will have 22 million jack trees, 22 million coconut trees, and 22 million mango trees. So if you have 22 million jack trees, we will be having so much of food, and we can just eat and throw, and we can do anything. So we can't die of starvation. We can die of stupidity, but not with the starvation. If you don't have a land, you can go there and grow it in government land. And if you go there and see the railway, I have grown so many plants over there, and they were fighting with me. I said, no, I'm going to grow. So I have mango trees, I have all these different trees. In the night, I go there and pluck some coconuts, and I drink myself, and that's my own tree in a government land, right? So you can do that, and you have so much of coconut that grows, you can live happily without no issue. So only thing is that the mindset of what we have. So if you want beans that we can grow today, and then 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, you have a lot of beans. If you want tomatoes, you can grow tomorrow, and you have tomatoes in about 1 month or so. So only problem is that we don't grow anything. We don't try to grow anything. We try to not to grow anything at all, and we just learn to complain. And that's all. And this is a country that we don't have to complain because we have every single thing. Right? So when you have fresh water, and we can grow 365 days a year. And why are we complaining? Because if you go to the rest of the world, you can't grow 365 days. You can only grow 3 months or 4 months or 5 months. And after that, you are finished. If you don't save that particular food, then you are completely dead. And if you go there and like, look, I don't understand why these beggars are going into these corners, and they're stuck in these most uncleanest areas, where they can take a padura and go to the beach and lay down in the beach with the proper breeze, and they can chill out and come in the morning to beg. But they don't do it. They really want to go into the dirt and go there and live. And I never seen a beggar sleeping in these beautiful beaches over in Sri Lanka. So the beggar also don't have that particular mindset, so the change. And if you do your mindsets, one of the things that your thoughts will change, and your action will change, and you will have the results. So in order to do that, you need to change the beliefs. So if you believe that the Sri Lanka is not good enough to live, then your thoughts are always going to be inclined with the same thing. And if you do believe that this is a place that I want to make, and I want to make it great again, and they will make it great again. So the one thing that I always say is like, the parents let go your children to foreign countries. They don't realize they get older, and they don't have nobody to support you. By that time, is no point you are saying, my daughter is in Australia, I'm completely screwed in Sri Lanka, right? Because by the time that you are in the deathbed, there won't be anybody to support you. So that's the very reason, and I'm staying here, because I look after my mother, and she knows that any given time, I'm there to look after her. So that is my duty. That is where I've grown up, and this is where every single thing is given to me in Sri Lanka. So that is the thing that we need to change in our lives, to believe that why Sri Lanka is so good to live. And again, when you want to do and become an entrepreneur, one of the things in life, you always think that you work hard and where am I going? If you take about 1,000 entrepreneurs, after 5 years, survival of the entrepreneurs will be about 3 or 4. You need to answer those questions, like why the rest of the people failed. And they also work hard. And you have dreams in your life that you want to achieve. But some may achieve the dreams in 1 or 2 days, some may achieve the dreams in about a year's time or 2 years' time, some may never achieve those dreams. And you need to ask why some fail, and the failing rate is extremely high. So this is where I changed my entire life and try to learn something else. And where is my program? So I learned how to find my own program and where it's been residing. Then I realized that whatever the good deeds that you do is the one that is behind you to back you up. So in life, if you don't do any good deeds, don't expect miracles to happen. You can have a degree, you can have a master's, you can have a PhD. You won't be calling into a convocation just because you have a PhD. You won't be calling into a convocation just because you have a master's. You'll be calling to a convocation if you have done something to this world. So in order to do something to this particular world, you always have to think good. You need to do good, right? So that way, with your passion and the good karma there, you will achieve anything in life. So that's one of the secrets of me making things happen, that the people imagine that this will never happen. So every single thing I touched, people always says, it's not going to happen. You can't do this one in Sri Lanka. Every single time I meet somebody, the government is not supporting you. And I said, screw government. I don't need the government. I don't need the government. I don't need anything. I just have my own beliefs that I want to make it happen. And then slowly but surely you are making it happen because you are always doing it for good reason, because you want to save the planet. Then again, lastly, we all talk about the AI and how wonderful the AI is. But I don't have the lecture to lecture about the AI, but the AI is actually a predictive model that it takes from a very finite level of data. But in our lives are going into millions and millions and millions of years. So if you access our own AI inside, and you can predict exactly what's going to happen to you tomorrow. You can predict what's going to happen to you years' time. You can predict when you're going to die, and you can edit your own program, and you will be able to change the program, modify the program. And you will be very secure if you can access that particular part of AI. That's called the wisdom. So now you have gone and spent a lot of time of getting that human intelligence-based knowledge. Now, I always urge you to go there and try to find your own wisdom. Wisdom is where no other computer or no other technology can ever come closer enough to the wisdom or the power of the wisdom. And then when you access the wisdom, you realize the science and technology is just a joke. So lastly, in order to do that, in our organization, we're trying to make these amazing places in Sri Lanka and try to create this amazing culture so that where you can work and relax and chill, and you can develop your mind. And then we're trying to encourage young guys like yourselves to go there and develop your mind and find that particular wisdom. And then lastly, I always trying to tell you that my message to everybody is that there is a world beyond this. That's called the unseen world. And most of the people does not believe that. But if you work on it for 16 years and if you've seen what I've seen, you will also change your minds. So I wish all of you will access that particular unseen world and access your own program and have the ability to modify your own programs and become successful in your life, this life, and also the next lives to come. And that way, let's all try to save this planet, and we all help each other to do that. Thank you very much, and congratulate all of you.
So we move on to two prestigious awards. And to give away the awards, I would like to invite our chairman, Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe, the chief guest, Dr. Harsha Subasinghe, and Kishani Wickramasinghe. You can come. You can move in front of the table. And so this award is for outstanding performance, a student on the master's program who has achieved the highest aggregate. And so the award is Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe Gold Medal for Outstanding Achievement. So there are 2 degree programs. First we would start with Big Data Analytics. And so the Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe Gold Medal for Outstanding Achievement in the Master of Science in Big Data Analytics goes to Nalin Prasad. Again, the Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe Gold Medal for Outstanding Achievement, the Master of Science in Business Analytics goes to Tharindi Madhushika Eranta. Thank you very much, Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe, Dr. Harsha Subasinghe, and Kishani Pereira. Now, on behalf of the students, I would like to invite Harshani Athapattu to give the vote of thanks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Professor Nirmali Veeratunga, Laura Ginsberg from Robert Gordon University, Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe, Chairman of Informatic Group, Board of Management of IIT, Hiran Wickramasinghe, Group Managing Director, Informatic Groups, Kishani Pereira, Managing Director, IIT, Mohan Fernando, CEO of IIT, Naomi Krishnaraja, Dean of IIT and Computing, Professor P.S.M. Gunaratne, Dean of Business, Head of Departments, Academic Staff, Administrative Staff, Chief Guest tonight, Dr. Harsha Subasinghe, President and CEO of CodeGen, dear parents, and my fellow graduates. It is with great pleasure and honor that I deliver the vote of thanks today on behalf of the graduation batch of 2022 at the 4th convocation of Robert Gordon University here in Sri Lanka. Firstly, let me congratulate my batchmates who are graduating today. We all know the wonderful and nightmarish time we had during the last couple of years. As postgraduate students, we all had a great challenge of studying without adversely affecting our careers and family life. Studying part-time while working is not an easy task. It is even harder if you are a parent. It's like another full-time job. But believe me, we did it. Attending all the evening lectures, studying and spending many sleepless nights to complete load of coursework while dealing with deadlines is quite strenuous. Yet we made it without giving up any of our daily responsibilities. It was nearly a mission that is impossible. However, we did all that and come out the other end victoriously. We ourselves might have sat for the exams and done the assignments, but there are numerous others who were with us, supporting and encouraging us on the way here. So, let me take this opportunity to thank all those who helped us achieve our goal on behalf of my batch. I would like to thank Robert Gordon University and Informatics Institute of Technology for offering this amazing learning opportunity. IIT is not merely a conducting traditional postgraduate degree program. It was rather leading us through a journey of quenching the thirst of knowledge to bring us to the bleeding edge of field of study in every means. Professor Nirmali Wijetunga and Laura Ginsberg from Robert Gordon University, thank you very much for gracing this occasion on behalf of Vice Chancellor Professor Steve Olivier. We are indeed honored by your presence here with us today. Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe, Chairman of the Informatics Group, we are grateful for your contribution to the Sri Lankan higher education arena for pioneering the establishing IIT. Thank you very much for your contribution whilst maintaining high standards. Kishani Pereira, Managing Director, IIT, Mohan Fernando, CEO of IIT, Naomi Krishnaraja, Dean of IIT, thank you for all your contribution in keeping up with this institution and providing learning opportunity for us. The wonderful academic staff consisting very talented professional lecturers. We are very much grateful for all the knowledge you have shared with us, the guidance in theory and in life. You have helped make our lives easier as much as you could. Thank you very much for bringing out the best in us. Professor Nihal Kodikara, Head of Department of Computing, and Austin Maskanhe, Head of Department Business, thank you for ensuring that we get the best out of IIT. The two course leaders, Dr. Alroy Maskanhe, Kasim Farooq, thank you for ensuring us the best student learning experience at IIT. A big thank for the administrative staff of IIT and course coordinators in aligning with us to make our studies easier by altering our working hours, your working hours. You understood at every moment we needed your support, and you were very flexible. You made the program run smoothly. Then the guest speaker for tonight, Dr. Harsha Subasinghe, President, CEO of CodeGen. We had some very interesting and thought-provoking session. It was really kind of you to grace this occasion and share with us. Thank you very much. To those who tolerated us most, stayed up late with us, making sure we eat something and have an occasional bath. To our loving parents and families who were with us at all time and facilitated us to focus on our studies, thank you very much. Also, those relatives and the friends and all our well-wishers, thank you very much. Graduates, please rise. Now turn towards your parents, families. Please give a round of applause for their ultimate support and sacrifice. Please turn towards the academics. Please give a round of applause for their dedication and commitment. Thank you, graduates. Please be seated. Finally, to my batchmates graduating today, the feeling and excitement we are having in this evening will not get old. We all have worked hard for several years and achieved something big. This is an evening we will cherish and will remember. Now it's our turn to go there to the society again and give them back what we have learned. Go out there and do wonderful things. The best is yet to come. Thank you.
I declare this convocation closed now.
Together to show the world around us we are brothers and sisters who are there for one another. We will always be together. One day we will lead the way with memories of friendship, stand together for eternity. Per concordium robur, per concordium robur, per concordium robur. Unite forever, sharing joy and tears, knowledge gained through the years. We will share with one another, scatter glory forever. One day we will lead the way with memories of friendship, stand together for